over me. She's over me. She comes with her hypnotic dance. She holds me here with only a glance. She's over me. She's over me. Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Wednesday episode of the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas. Thanks for being here and joining us. We've missed you for a couple days, took the 2 days off, but we are back at it, and we hope you're going to have a good night, I hope. And by we, I mean me and my good friend and co-host, Mr. Don Longbeard.
His shadow. Hi.
Yes, you are the shadow in the dark over there, Don. How's everything going?
All good, all good.
Good.
Finally getting a couple days off sometime this week.
Woo!
That'd be nice.
Good. Everything good, though?
Yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, nothing new, just all good.
Nothing new, all good, and it's all good for me, and it is good to be back, ladies and gentlemen, because we got a fun-filled 2-hour episode for you right here, and we're thrilled that you're here with us. So without further ado, I hope you're ready, because we're going in. All right, we're back.
Just that quick.
And welcome back.
Hi.
We are now underway, ladies and gentlemen. The phone lines are open if you want to be a part of tonight's show. You certainly can be if you call 720-923-0500. Again, 720-923-0500. These are the numbers for fun right here on the Paranormal Portal. If you should call them, you will get me to answer, usually, if I notice it. If I'm paying attention, yeah, I will answer it, I promise.
Part of my job to notice that sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes Don's got to monitor the screen. It's over here, which is actually farther from Don, even though it looks like I'm pointing at Don. He's actually over there, and I'm, here.
Over there.
But, the way it actually works out on cameras, it looks like I'm pointing at him. Like, weird, huh? But anyway, that's just how it rolls here on the Paranormal Portal, and we are going to get into a whole bunch of paranormal goodness tonight. Just kind of a grab bag kind of night, Don. Those are kind of our favorites, aren't they?
Yeah, they end up being the good ones, that's for sure. We get lots of participation when we do these, and it's always a good way to do it.
Yeah, I think it is. Because we always, it leaves the door open. I know when we try to encapsulate episodes, it's like, oh, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. And it's nice to have the open door policy where we can just go where we go. So if you have a paranormal something that we're not actually talking about, we can talk about it.
The door is open.
The wide open. Always wide open here on the Paranormal Portal. And special thank you to all of you guys out there, those of you sending messages and reaching out to us on the show, and any new listeners. Thanks for checking us out. We hope to keep you all amazingly entertained through the duration of our show. But realize, if you're ever looking for Paranormal Portal and there isn't a live show going on, well, you've got 730 some episodes right here on YouTube that are prime for the picking.
Crazy.
It's like having us live with you.
Oh gosh, we're just moving right on in.
That's right. We're gonna move in. Just push play on a playlist and just let her rip for a good month or so.
We'll just be the ghosts in your attics.
Yeah, well, there is that. But
That'd be scary.
also, if you're still looking for more Paranormal Portal and you don't have time to sit down
right.
on your computer or on your device or TV or whatever to check us out, you can download us by checking out our podcast. That's right. The Paranormal Portal is a podcast as well, ladies and gentlemen. We are on all the major platforms and some minor ones too. We're on all of them, I think. Pandora, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart, iTunes, Google Play, Chatbox, everything.
Wow, we're there.
We're all over out there, ladies and gentlemen, and that is an audio-only version of the show. And the beauty of podcasts is if you don't have an internet connection but you want to bring some Portal with you, you can download us.
That'd be Portal Spermia. Panspermia. Come on. Come on, give me some here. Give me some.
Give you what? Sounds like I got to cut you off, not
Hush
give
now.
you.
Hush now.
But yeah. That was a wrong turn. Wrong way. Go back. Oh no. But yeah, it's downloadable, so you can take an audio version of us with you. Wherever you go, long car drive, we're there.
We're there.
Yep. Sitting at home, hanging out, fishing, we're there.
What do we got, like 160 something podcasts?
160 some podcasts, like 730 some YouTube archives.
If there's one thing we can say about the Portal, it's we're prolific.
We're prolifically entertaining. At least we hope so. So anyway, I don't know. How come no one ever prank calls?
We've been prank called before.
We've been prank called by by some of the best.
By the best in the business.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. We had a bunch of prank calls from Wes Germer.
And Tony.
And Tony Merkel was involved with that
his
too.
Prank calls.
Yeah. Tony and Wes were giving us a bunch of prank calls and crank calls and stuff. So we do get prank calls, believe it or not. And it happens. Actually, I had another one. What was it? A few weeks ago, somebody called and was making all kinds of weird monkey noises and playing a harmonica from somewhere from Minnesota.
Wow.
I don't know what the hell was going on there, but yeah. So we do get the occasional prank call, but usually people call because they want to be a part of the show, in a good way, not in a prank way.
You know, they get what they get. You know.
Yeah. God, we should do a compilation of all the weird calls we've gotten.
Yeah. God, that would take so long.
Oh, come on, Don. It would be worth it, though.
Oh, my God.
We need a research assistant. We do. Yeah. Someone to
Does anybody
find
want to do a free internship for us?
Yeah, we need a research assistant, free internship. If you're looking to get into, the assistant line of work.
Be a part of the Portal.
Yeah, we can have you do some research and pull up things like that, because I think those would be fun compilations.
Oh, my God, yeah. God,
have all the
so
prank
many.
calls and stuff.
And all the weird stuff that's happening.
I know. Brent allows entertainment. Yes. I do allow it, Ethan. In fact, I encourage it. I encourage entertainment because it's what's fun. Is Amanda there? What? Oh, Amanda hug and kiss. I got you.
What?
Jake, is Amanda there? That's a prank call.
Oh.
Yeah, Amanda. No, there's no Amanda here. There's no Amanda hug and kiss. Boom. Thank you. Yeah. So there's all kinds of fun.
Hug and kiss. Oh, got it. Right. Hold on. Processing. Loading. Oh, I got it. Oh, my goodness.
Done. Yeah. So anyway, no, we do get prank calls. Have had them, and I'm sure that won't be the last of them. I'm sure if Wes ever gets bored again, we can expect that at any time.
Oh, boy.
He was really good at it, though. He was one of those internet things where it sounds like you're talking to somebody, like they kind of respond and
they talk, they pause and wait.
Yeah, really funny. They were really funny. I'll have to look, see if we can pull up something like that. That's on the to-do list. It's a mile long as it is, but it might as well be a mile and 2 miles.
It's 26.2.
Yeah, it'd be a hell of a lot of work to dig all those up.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, there's always a lot of weirdness going on here in the Portal.
Hey, you know what? Let's do this. If there's something that you liked in one of our old shows and you know exactly where it is, tell us. We'll go out and we'll pull it out and we'll put together a compilation. Yeah.
Listener favorites.
There you go. Exactly. So either mail it to Brent at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com, or post it off to me at aetherarchives@gmail.com, same as my spelled the same as my screen name. And yeah, let's see if we can get them to do that, and then we can put their name in front of it. This was submitted by and maybe we could do something like that.
Yeah, we could do a listener favorite show.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of a fun.
yeah. Send us your favorites and what part of it is, and we'll
Yep.
do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Absolutely. We got enough material out there for sure. So if you're running into episodes and you find a favorite part, let us know in an email at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com, and we'll put that together.
Yeah, and even if it's on the podcast, we can still do it with podcast episodes too. So
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, see? It's so much fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
All right, all kinds of work because we love you.
Absolutely. We try to make it fun and entertaining, and if there's a part that you liked, we'd love to showcase that. And we will. We'll just call it listener favorites and put together a compilation. And it'll probably be good if you guys would do that anyway, because I've got to put together a compilation of the Paranormal Portal to put on our main page on YouTube. They just want an overview page or an overview video. And I think that if we get some good segments, we can kind of give people a 2 to 5 minute synopsis of what the portal is. So that would be fun.
So and don't forget, if there's something that you listen to me say, you got to make sure you got the right show. I'm actually on like 3 or 4 different shows. Brent's on a couple too. You've been on Infinite Fringe and Open Mic.
Oh yeah.
So make sure it's portal specific though.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole moon water licking thing is not applicable here.
You're licking moon water?
Never mind.
What the hell's going on, Don? That's why the beard's long. That's all I got to say.
That's probably why it's turning gray.
Yeah. Yep.
I might have to just
old beard
brush
bane.
some color on into my beard.
It's beard bane.
Beard bane.
All right, so that's on the to-do list for all of you listeners out there. If you get bored or as you're watching some of these archives, you find some bit that you really liked, thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
Please give us an episode, though. I need to know which episode and about
where it is.
And about what timestamp, like the first half, for 10 minutes in or something. You guys talked about this.
So much to go through.
Yeah, with 730 some episodes. That's a nightmare. So anyway, let's put that out there.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's our call to you listeners to get involved.
Get involved.
That's not exactly what I was working on, but that's a great idea.
Yeah, that way we don't have to rake through 1,200 hours of.
Oh no, there's more than that.
Oh, there's more than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's somewhere around 1,500 hours.
Well, I was kind of being conservative.
Yeah, you were actually. But yeah, that's a great idea.
And that's not even if you include the podcast.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Right. That's another hour each or more. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a good idea. Thanks for thinking of that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So we got some paranormal news to go over. Always got paranormal stuff to go over here on the portal. And again, the lines are open if you want to call in. 720-923-0500. The number's above my head.
Above his head.
Under the words Paranormal Portal. So
the only thing above my head is a broken halo. this guy over here. Yeah,
sorry.
Good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get to some paranormal news. And I'm looking at anomalien.com. It's a news site that I've kind of stumbled onto. And they say they've got some pretty cool articles in here. The first one I want to talk about is British researcher says infrasonic wave sounds create ghosts.
Wow.
That's an interesting take. Infrasonic wave sounds. I don't know if that infrasound is that I assume it would be.
I would have to say yes.
Well, that's weird. So let's see what it says. It says British specialist in information technology Vic Tandy says he will never forget that night. He was working overtime in his laboratory at the University of Coventry, England. Reports what the hell is that name? Pravda Report. Pravdareport.com. The clock showed 7 p.m. All of his colleagues had already gone home, and Tandy seemed to have lost the sense of time because his work absorbed him completely. All of a sudden, he felt cold sweat running down his back. He could feel somebody was watching him. He looked around and saw something gray, fog-like, and somewhat shapeless moving closer in his direction. It was apparently moving and looking right at him. The apparition vanished in thin air when it was just a couple of feet away from Vic. The researcher cursed loudly, took a deep breath, and wiped the sweat from his face. The above is just the beginning of a story relayed by Tandy to one of the British dailies. The remaining part unfolds like a detective movie interspersed with scientific details. Being a true researcher, Tandy decided to do research on the phenomena and place it on solid scientific grounds. Having become a ghostbuster of sorts, he spent 5 years looking into all the stories related to ghosts observed in the old English castles, and he lay in wait at night. He studied the readings of scientific equipment. Eventually, he learned from whence the ghosts came. He even put forth the reasons why the English happened to witness ghosts more frequently than the residents of other countries. The dead people in this country have more reasons to walk around the corridors and towers of the old castles and mansions because of the strong sea winds blowing swiftly across the British Isles, says Tandy.
Huh?
I don't know. This guy's supposed to be a scientist. He says it's the sea winds that are doing it. The winds produce the sound waves of a particular range, which until recently researchers have failed to take note of. The people traditionally see the phenomena created by those sound waves as specters, adds he. Who the hell wrote this?
Brett.
The researcher arrived at the conclusion by accident. He brought a rapier to his workplace. I think that means a sword.
It is a sword. It's a fencing sword.
Yeah, to his workplace one day after he saw the ghost in his laboratory. So he brought
He's gonna fight a ghost with a rapier.
on guard.
Touche.
The rapier needed repairing for a competition. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Tandy was going to participate later in that week. He held the rapier in a vise and soon saw it oscillate as if an invisible hand was swinging the rapier back and forth. The researcher was confident that he was witnessing the phenomenon of resonance. It was very quiet in the laboratory, or it says very quiet. They didn't spell quiet, they spelled quite. Very quiet in the laboratory at the time, and Tandy got down to measuring procedures using a number of devices, and he was really amazed to find out that terrible noise and rumbling was, in fact, filling the laboratory at that very moment, but all the sounds were infrasonic, i.e., frequencies below the audible range. It didn't take Tandy long to locate the source of noise. The noise was coming from a new ventilator, which was recently installed in an air conditioning system. Once the researcher switched off the ventilator, the rapier stopped vibrating. A moment later, an interesting idea crossed his mind. What if the infrared phenomena has to do with ghosts? What if the infrared phenomena has to do with ghosts?
Infrasound to from infrasonic
infrared.
to infrared.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this might be really not well written. The sound waves in the laboratory measured a frequency of about 18.98 hertz. It roughly equals the frequency movements of a human eyeball. The frequency movement of a human eyeball. Okay. The wind gusts blowing against the walls of an old tower produced the sound waves within the infrasound range, and the sounds can penetrate the thickest walls. When in a tower, one can hear the wind howling and moaning like mad in the corridors. It says it's not coincidence that the ghosts allegedly walk along the long corridors where drafts fly bouncing over the walls, said the researcher in proof of his theory. So far, Tandy has failed to explain why the resonant sound took shape in such a form, and besides, it's still unclear how the potent infrasonic waves react if they are produced by strong gusts of wind or vehicles and airplanes zipping by. I don't think that's very good. That's not very good scientific
No, that's
theory.
It's not a scientific. Yeah, infrasound, I believe, is anywhere from 18 to 20 hertz.
I don't know. Maybe. Sure.
I think that's what it was.
Okay.
Maybe it was 18 to 22. So I could see how that could create a vibration, um, but making the rapier dance and
Well,
huh.
yeah. I mean, if it was a specific frequency that somehow interacted with the materials of the sword, sure.
And there's another thing he said. It correlates to the movement of the eye.
Yeah,
So okay, um,
I don't know.
yeah, I'm kind of left
I'm lost a
wondering
lot
about
with
that one.
that. That's that to me doesn't seem to be enough, even enough material to even push forward a theory.
Duke says it's good pseudoscience though.
Yeah, but this guy's supposed to be a
It's supposed to be a
scientist,
scientist.
or at least scientifically minded. But he's not. He's not moving forward with any measurable results.
Yeah.
He didn't manage to summon a ghost based upon his sound waves. So how the hell do you make the leap from my sword started moving to, oh, that's how ghosts are made?
Well, my I was at a sukiyaki cafe one time. And this was
Okay.
back when I was like 17, 18. I was there with a friend of mine. We were taking a break from doing what we do. And we were
Uh-huh.
sitting there and we were having sukiyaki and all of a sudden, we put our glass down and it moved across the table. It's like it literally moved like 6 or 8 inches across the table.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's because of condensation and air trapped underneath the concave of the glass. Air pushing against that.
Was the table wet?
Well, from the condensation of the drink, yeah,
Okay.
that's all it takes.
Sure.
Now, I did have some. Let's see, I think it was at a Red Lobster one time about maybe 10 years ago,
Okay.
and it was kind of weird. One of the people I was with went to pick up their knife and their fork moved.
Now that's weird.
Well, it's because somehow, and we figured this out because it stuck to everything. Somehow his
Oh.
knife was magnetized
Oh, wow.
and it was
Okay.
sticking to everything. So,
Oh.
I mean, this is the kind of science I see that as. I mean, yeah, it creates vibrations. Sound waves create vibrations that could make things vibrate. A rapier is not a very heavy sword. I mean, they're supposed to be light foils.
Right.
And so if it doesn't make a paper vibrates at the right frequency. So
Well, everything vibrates at a
yeah.
frequency.
Well,
So
I mean, when
there's
when
just
a,
sympathetic frequencies and there's other
exactly.
frequencies.
So I mean, it's not really. And did he do the scientific thing? Was he able to recreate
That's
it?
my point. Is
Yeah.
he didn't even successfully test his theory
Yeah.
and thereby making a ghost appear. He just he saw a ghost and then he found a vibration in his lab, and so all of a sudden, well, that's why, because the vibration was in the lab, therefore the ghost. The end.
Yeah. But it's
Wow.
interesting that it came up because we talk about infrasound specifically with Bigfoot. And
Yes. Yep.
so I wonder, we've always asked the question, well, you had this encounter with Bigfoot. Did you notice any other paranormal type? And a lot of people don't. A lot of the answer was, well, I would say about 60-40. 40% of the time there is something. 60% of the time there isn't. So I wonder if that might have something to do with the infrasound as explained rudimentarily in this article.
Well, I mean, as far as having crappy feeling or feeling sick or feeling disoriented or whatever, then yeah, that certainly sounds like infrasound. But creating apparitions is a whole nother deal.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's a maybe that's why they were resonating it or equating it to the eyeball, is because it's a sympathetic frequency to the eyes, and so maybe it was a visual hallucination based on that. But still,
Yeah.
that's not really well drawn out in that article, and he didn't duplicate it in
Right,
any case. He didn't duplicate it, so it's still. I mean, sure, he had this idea, but if he didn't make more apparitions appear, then it's bunk. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of garbage.
Right.
So, and it's certainly not enough to go, well, that's where ghosts come from. The end.
I can tell you where quite a few things come from, and you may not like it.
Well, and I understand that, he had a paranormal event.
Right.
So he is desperate to solve that, to make that make sense. Being a scientifically minded person,
Right.
and I think we all want to make sense of some of this weirdness and some of this bizarre stuff, but I don't think it's as simple as a sound wave.
Yeah.
I think, there's just There's more.
There's more.
We just don't understand because there's more. But wait, there's more. Yeah, very weird article, but interesting nonetheless. I think it's an interesting take on it. I've never heard anything like that before. Here's one. I don't know. This one I might have to put up on screen because there is images involved with it, although there's a video involved with it, which I can't show. But it has to do with an unknown. This is the same, anomalien.com or anomalien. I don't know how they pronounce this, but it's anam and then alien together and then .com.
It sounds correct. Anom-alien, anonymous alien, anom-alien.
Right,
Sure.
or anomaly alien. Yeah.
Right, there you go.
It says this was filmed sometime in March 2019 with the uploader asking one question: can somebody tell me what this is? Indeed, what could this be very close? Indeed, what could this be very close to this airplane? A passenger boarding a flight from Phoenix to Portland reportedly shot a baffling scene. In the video, we see two curious dark objects hovering next to the airliner. It seems these objects have long tentacles and slowly rotate while the flight continues until the end of the video. And unlike other UFO clips, this unique piece of video is causing rumors that the anomaly was not an alien spacecraft, but maybe some kind of unknown to science flying biological entities. Well, there might as well be stuff up there too, right?
An FBE, sure, why not?
Flying biological FBE. It's an FBE, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it first here on the portal. Don just coined a new phrase. Creatures in the skies. It says creatures in the skies, and I completely agree. Not only are there unknown biological entities being discovered almost daily, but also spiritual entities are present as well, wrote one user. Not a plane, not a drone, and yes, it's possible something from another dimension slipped through momentarily. Our reality is just that, ours. There are others, and we have no idea where or what we're living in, added another. That's pretty true. Whatever it is, it remains a mystery, and I'll put it up on screen what I can show you, which is essentially a still of the video. I guess, yeah. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this.
So many steps.
I know there's so many buttons, but let's see if there's a better image. I guess this is the better image.
Can you click on that and then maybe enlarge it?
I'll probably start the video if I do, but I'll try. Let me do this. Oh, I guess that. Good call, Don. Good call. So there's two weird things in the sky, and apparently they were rotating. Maybe they were mating.
I was just thinking the same thing, but I wasn't going to say anything about panspermia again.
Yeah, you're
You almost made me spit on my computer.
And ladies and gentlemen, Don is now offline for the night.
Oh goodness.
No, that's weird. I don't know. Could just be some garbage in the sky. I don't know. Some weird balloon. Maybe it's a weather balloon, mostly deflated.
Yes,
Two of them.
Yeah, that's it. That's going up.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just going up. Checking out the flat Earth. You know,
Checking out flat.
It's the latest research from the Flat Earth Society.
They're all around the globe.
All around the. Oh, what? What? No, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's very bizarre. I am going to just watch that video. I'm going to take it off screen here and just play a little bit of it and see what they're showing here. Yeah.
Here we have a sighting
no.
during the commercial.
No. Let's mute that. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Let me close this.
Oh yeah, they're kind of It looks like it looks.
Okay, I'm just going to show a clip of it.
Okay, so now you can actually see the wing of the airplane.
2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Yeah, that is bizarre. That's way bizarre in person than just that image would have. There it goes. I don't know what it is. That's very wild. It starts out more in an upright thing, and then it kind of flattens out to what you just saw in that small mini clip. But I don't know what it is. That's very strange. It's a good catch. It's very intriguing. It almost looks like a vapor trail, really.
Yeah, a dark, dirty.
Like Death
trail.
Eaters from Harry Potter.
Death Eaters.
Looks like Death Eaters from Harry Potter. Yeah, exactly. They turn into those snake-like clouds that fly around. Yeah.
Right.
Very bizarre. I don't know. It's a great capture. And that apparently comes from the Hidden Underbelly 2.0, whatever the hell that is. That's the watermark they put on the screen here. So I would recommend going to their channel to check it out, but it's called Bizarre Black UFO Spotted from Passenger Airline Flight from Phoenix to Portland. That's a mouthful. Yep, it is. But it is a really cool capture. I don't know what it is.
Let me see if I can pull it up and put the link in there.
Yeah, we'll try to put the link on the chat for those of you that are taking part in our chat. You can see it. Check it out for yourself. Very strange. I don't know. Very weird. But you just saw a little bit of it right here.
It was from where to where? Where's the flight?
Phoenix to Portland, I think. Passenger, from Phoenix to Portland. And it's called Bizarre Black UFO Spotted. From
that's got to be what it is. It's got to be the Portland part.
Is that where all the weirdness happens? I got some friends that live there. They're nice people.
I got family that lives there too that I don't ever talk to. But,
oh, well, there is that. It's hard to know. But yeah, like any other metropolitan area, there's cool people and there's flakes. Lots of flakes.
Okay, here it is. Yeah.
But yeah, Don's going to put the link in there for you.
Copy that.
Oh, thanks, Farm. The supportal. He calls it the
supportal. What?
For the Teespring site, he's got this. It's a supportal
nice.
link. Support the portal by clicking that link. That's right. If you want some fine-looking paranormal gear of your very own.
Yeah, I still got to get that other T-shirt up.
Don's still just towing the line here, but we're going to get some new designs up there very soon. Very soon. So keep watching that Teespring site. And if you find something you like, let us know. If you find something that you want, let us know. We can always do designs as well. If you think there would be a cool design, let us know. Always let us know. That's the takeaway as we unpack this idea. Oh, this one's called A Strange Stickman Creature Filmed on Surveillance Camera.
Ooh.
Now that's creepy. I got to check this out because this sounds bizarre. Okay, it says more than 10 years ago, in the California city of Fresno, a surveillance camera captured a white moving object that looked like a living stick with legs. Something similar to the other day was filmed in an unnamed U.S. state.
That's the Fresno night crawlers.
Oh, but those are just like pants with a head.
Yeah,
they're like a marionette kind of thing. Maybe it's the same thing. Yeah, you're right though. That could be 10 years ago. That would be the Fresno night crawlers for sure. It says on June 5th, 2020, a video surveillance camera installed in a private residence captured something very strange. This video was uploaded by a user of the Reddit website with the nickname MGen1990 and said it was filmed near his father's house. Due to the fact the house is located in a remote forest area, several surveillance cameras with motion sensors are installed on the house at once. They start recording when a living object approaches the house. Most of the time we see recordings with deer, foxes, and sometimes bears, and so on, but last night something rather strange was recorded on the cameras that we can't explain in any way, writes MGen1990. The object that came to the camera is really unusual. It's not humanoid type and doesn't look like an animal. A white wand-like object walks around the trees as if searching for something or looking around. It is noticeable that he does not dare to step on the illuminated territory of the courtyard and keeps close to the trees. What do you think? Well, let me see. I'm going to just watch this. And yeah, it's already muted. So
why is that title spelled out in
Russian?
Cyrillic? Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, that is bizarre. That is really weird.
Yeah, that's not the night crawlers. That's
something different.
Yeah. He's behind that tree.
Or is he? Is he in front of it? That's the part we don't know. There he is peeking out there. Wow.
Wow, okay. There's another one I got to look up.
Yeah, that's really bizarre, dudes.
So
I'm going to show a clip of that, too, as long as we're showing. Do you think I should or not?
You know what? We can't get in any more trouble.
Well, you want to test that theory, Don? I can start playing music, too.
What? We've already done that one.
Yeah, we used to do that one all the time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we got nailed for what, a Judas Priest song or something like
Yeah,
that.
we did. We did. I just got one from one of those clips on Wes's show that we played. I just got one just yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I think it was one of his ads. It was one of his ads actually.
Probably. We've
Yeah.
played a few.
All right.
They should be paying us for that, though.
Maybe if I show it in small, it won't be as blatant. Because this is from anomalien.com. Strange-stickman-creature-filmed-on-surveillance-camera. That's the URL. All right, let me get it queued up so that we're right on the action here. I'm just trying to figure out where it is. Because I want you guys to see that. It's really hard to see, though. I can't really do it this way, can I? Damn it.
There you go.
I'll have to do it like this, but let me back it up just a little bit. It is really bizarre. All right, I'm putting it on screen. This is, again, because we're reviewing this for the show.
Are we revisiting our evidence reviews?
No, kind of, but this is fair.
I like doing those.
This is fair use. I mean, what we're doing right now is we're discussing the paranormal, and we're not using the audio. We're talking about this phenomena. So this should qualify as fair use. This should not be in violation of anybody's copyrights and stuff. So, because we are discussing paranormal phenomena, but here it is, and I'll just play some of this little stick creature. You're going to see it up here, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen. It's going to be up in this area right here, and this is actually the object. This lighter colored area right here is the object that already went from here to here. But we'll play it until it gets to that tree, and that just takes a matter of seconds. So, and here we go. There it is. And that really is bizarre. It kind of stops there, pauses, takes a few steps. You can definitely see there's a bipedal aspect to this thing. Mm-hmm. So it's very, very strange. So I'm pausing it right there. Again, I'll back it up again, play that little part again. Yeah, I mean, you see that there are legs moving there. Yeah. One more time, I'm going to back up a little bit further.
It's got like little tracers behind it.
Well, that could be the exposure rate of the camera, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these kind of security cameras aren't...
they're not exactly high def.
No, I mean, well, they can be high def, but they're not... They don't have a real strong frame rate because they only have to capture images, but they do it in a motion.
So like 15 frames per
second. Or 10 or 3, you know. Sometimes there it is, and then it's stepping again behind that tree. That is really kind of creepy, you know, because that doesn't qualify as any animal I've ever seen.
Right.
It also appears between these two trees a few seconds later, but you can. Oh, it's on a ring.com. So this is from one of those ring cameras, the doorbell camera kind of things.
Okay.
But they also do a like security camera as well.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, that you can mount up on under an eave or something to look at your door. So, yeah, that is really bizarre. Very strange. Whatever the hell that is, that's bizarre. That's really creepy. I don't know. How would that be spoofed? How could that be faked? I don't know. Because it's literally almost transparent. It's not like you're seeing a figure. It's almost transparent. So whatever that is, I don't know. But it does seem to be unlike anything normal, I think. Would you agree, Don?
Yes.
Don would agree. So.
I would. And it's crazy. It's Chinese security camera footage. I'm going to have to click on that. You know, I like this one, but there's no reference points. It just appears behind that one tree and walks to the other one, and then between the two, and then back over.
I mean, if you're thinking of something that doesn't want to be seen, that's exactly the way it would behave, right?
Right. Yeah.
It wouldn't walk through the lawn.
Yeah,
it would be hanging out by the trees, worried that somebody's going to see it from. I don't know if you could say these things have a concept of what cameras are. Right. Whatever the hell this thing is, I don't think it's a Bigfoot. I don't think it's the normal.
Yeah, no.
I think it's something else, like not even like a rake or something, because it's very white.
Yes, and it's standing upright. The rake is
stands upright.
It stands upright, but it's known to use its hands for
right
motivate locomotion.
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 Yeah.
a motel with me. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think that whatever it is bizarre.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Okay,
those are the kind of things that actually excite me, though, because I like seeing. Could it be faked? I guess so. I mean, I don't know much about the Ring cameras. I don't know if they have problems with bleed through like that, because of the frame rate and the motion captured. Is there a possibility to kind of create a false translucence? Maybe. I don't know much about it, but there is something walking on two legs that is semi-transparent because it's not quite there, but it's not really not there. But it's the resolution at that distance is pretty poor.
It's really
so
poor, yeah.
it may be less fantastic than it appears, but it really appears fantastic. Mm-hmm. So I find that really interesting. Really, really interesting.
Yeah, I can't find that link.
I guess I could click on it. Open link in new tab. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, I got a YouTube link right here. I'll just put the share video on myself because it's on the article. So I'll put that video in there, ladies and gentlemen. You can check it out. Make sure you give it a like, though. Honestly, this video has only 1,000 views. And it's
wow
from a channel that has 220 subscribers. Well, Paranormal News has 220 subscribers. So I don't know how.
So it's on Paranormal News then, huh?
Paranormal News is the channel, which has a picture of like a green alien gray head. I'll put the link in the chat. You guys can check it out. It's a pretty short video, so you can check it out yourself. Oh, whoops. I guess I played it through. I didn't know I did, but
there it is.
Interesting, very interesting. I don't know what to make of that, ladies and gentlemen. That's very bizarre. It's strange. It's weird, but that's the paranormal, and that's what we like. That's why I get out of bed every day.
Well, it's got 1,000 views on it. From I'm on their YouTube, and it says 1,000 views on it. There's not a whole
1,061 views, yeah, but it's only got 8 thumbs up and one thumbs down. So they're actually doing worse than we are usually. We at least get some respectable thumbs up. Y'all be representing, know what I'm saying? Thank you for that. We appreciate your representation. But yeah, if you're liking the video, please like it. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, please get subscribed. Join the family. We'd love to have you.
Justin says my neighborhood is listening to you guys right now at Paranormal Portal. So you in the garden. So what do you got? It like on a PA system? You got your big screen TV out there?
Yeah,
don't forget to tell them to go home and Paranormal Portal at youtube.com and come see us.
No,
like
it's
us.
what?
It's youtube.com Paranormal Portal, but that's not the point. The point is that's where we are.
That's our channel.
Go home and like all of our videos. There's only 730-ish of them.
Just have a block party.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So have everybody just here's the laptop. Log into your YouTube and just like it.
Okay, neighborhood. Every time we say paranormal, you got to take a shot. It's a drinking game all of a sudden. And police were called to a residential area.
Hey, you know what? If they mention Paranormal Portal on that report, no problem.
What is this show? What's going on?
What is this?
It's a Paranormal Portal drinking game. Every time you hear the word paranormal, you got to take a drink.
Paranormal.
Paranormal.
You didn't quite make it 5 times.
No, I wasn't going for 5, but that's about as many times I could say it in succession.
If you look at a toilet and say Paranormal Portal 3 times, it flushes itself.
I don't know if that's true or not, but
because that's the way you exercise your demons.
I know I've exercised a few that way. I've sent things back to the abyss that I didn't recognize. I've purged some darkness, that's for sure.
No.
This whole neighborhood's going, what the hell's wrong with you? You won't be able to leave his house after this.
Are they high?
No, we're not currently, or planning on to be. For the record, this is all sober. This is how stupid we are without any help.
I guess we have a caller. We have a caller from Burkett, Texas.
Well, look at Don. I should just give you the call board and just let you unclick it. That'd be awesome. All right, this is area code 325. You're on the air.
Hey, Don. Hi, Brent.
Hi.
Hi.
It's Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. Welcome to the show. How you
Mama.
Mm.
doing? What's that?
We were watching that video just there and trying to identify what that was. And I don't have any video, but, I saw something that, and y'all were talking about demons, and
Uh-huh.
I've seen something, I don't know what you call it,
Okay.
but it was super evil, frightening, whatever.
Right.
It was kind of like in a time in my life where things were really turned upside down, and
Mm-hmm.
but
What
I had laid down to take afternoon nap.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you great. Thank you.
And okay, I had laid down to take an afternoon nap, and my health had not been, real good.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I just felt like something was watching me, and I had the sheet kind of up over my shoulder. I was laying on my side, and I rolled over onto my back. And when I looked up toward the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
And it was these were about 10-foot ceilings, about a foot away from the top of the ceiling. There was a creature.
Okay.
It had wings, leathery wings.
Oh.
Um, it was a dark color, and I would say that, the the wings were not like pushed out all the way,
Mm-hmm.
They were like elbows were kind of in, but they weren't tucked in. And I thought maybe Dawn might be able to tell me what this was. It had the face of a man, and it had the feet of a bird, but the wings were leathery, and the hands were they were little, small, like human hands. It was like this little. It was like a. I don't want to say man, but it was the face of a man, like a little human body with these huge leathery wings stuck on it.
Wow.
Was it like normal
And,
adult sized? Or was it what size would you
Was it
equate
what?
it to? Would you equate it to like a toddler size, or would you equate it to an adult human size, or what size?
I would say, well, if the wings on each side of it, they had to been like a foot and a half long
Okay.
over, because it wasn't stretched all the way. It was over a foot long on each side, so that's 2 feet, and then the body in the middle, it had to be 2.5 feet wide.
Mm-hmm.
The wingspan wasn't all the way out, but it had a human face, for God's sake, and it had dark little eyes, little like beady eyes. It was just like crow eyes in a human body and a human face. Crow eyes and a human face.
Okay.
And that was just like I looked at it 1, 2, and pulled the sheet over my face.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay,
Oh.
when I pull it back down, it's going to be gone. Well, I finally got enough courage to pull the sheet down, and it was still there.
Oh God.
And so I pulled the sheet back up over my face, and I just started praying, like, "Dear Lord God, get rid of whatever this is. Dear Lord, take it away from me." And I threw the covers back, and I jumped out of bed, and I didn't look back.
Right.
I just shot out of the room, screaming bloody murder, and
Right.
Oh, you just had a bad dream. I didn't have any bad dream.
No.
I saw this thing, and I don't even know what you call it. I don't even know if I want to know what you call it.
Yeah, it
But
sounds.
it had those eyes and a little, like, devilish looking face, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the bird feet, the little hands. So,
Well,
what is that? I mean, this was like 30 years ago, okay?
sure. Don,
But I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
That's pretty creepy. I have no clue. I mean, manifestations can take form of anything. If as long as they can imagine it. You know, but it also could. It also I would imagine that they could also take form of whatever might frighten you as well. They might. We've talked about things being able to understand your thoughts or what might scare you or what might unnerve you. And so it wouldn't surprise me if there was something they had taken an amalgamation of different things and then projected that as the manifestation. Who knows? I mean, if it was a demon, they can make themselves look like anything. They can make themselves look like your next door neighbors, barbecuing ribs. So, I mean, I imagine that a lot of these things take the shape of something that would scare you if they're malevolent, but and something that would comfort you. Well, they could do both. I mean, one to just show you who they are, and one to fool you into thinking they are something else. So it's quite possible. But I mean, as for knowing, I have no clue. I really have no clue.
yeah. I think it sounds a lot of belief systems attribute demonic presences as having these other beings that kind of foreshadow them or go out in front of them. And I don't know what was going on in your life, but it sounds like you were in a pretty dark place from what you said. I don't know what that means necessarily, but it could be just a representation of things that scare you.
Right.
It could be a manifestation of what is known or called an imp. Imps are
point, yeah.
believed to go ahead of a true demon, and in the case of where they want to either create an infestation or a place for themselves, these imps seem to go ahead of the actual demon and cause problems to break things down and to lower resistances. And I obviously it sounds like you made it out okay. As you said, this was a long time ago, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but it sounds like it could be something of that nature.
At the time,
What's that?
well, if that, it kind of makes a little, sense that that was at a time when I was finding out, how you really don't want to think something about somebody,
Mm-hmm.
but you try to, your brain will try to fool you into thinking, oh, no,
Sure.
but I was finding out what a dark and evil person I was married to.
Oh, sure.
And
Yeah.
that's all I could associate it to,
Mm-hmm.
and I, when you said that it comes before something, whatever it was called,
An imp. Yeah.
maybe, yeah, I never even heard of that,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, so that kind of makes sense and everything, but God Almighty, I mean, it was, I know I saw it,
Mm-hmm.
I know I wasn't dreaming, I was awake, and I didn't wait around to see if it was following me, but I slammed that door behind me.
Yeah.
Good for you.
What good that would have done, but,
Right.
Good. Yeah, and
I
that's
just thought maybe, well, that kind of helped me understand it a little bit.
good. Good. Yeah, I think those kind of things are absolutely horrible. But I'll tell you, the fact that you did close the door on it is actually a very symbolic gesture
Yes.
as well.
Has power in and of itself.
Yeah, that's a very, very powerful gesture in that you closed the door on that, in your life. So I mean, yeah, it was a fear reaction, but it's a very powerful one, and represents the fact that you were not going to be you're not going to be controlled by it, in a manner of speaking. So I think that that's very, very powerful, and I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad that you were able to break away from all of that and find your way to making yourself whole again, because those kind of things are terrifying. And I don't pretend to know what the situation is with your ex, and it's none of my business. But I suspect there was a lot at work there.
Yeah, he's not on this plane anymore. I don't know where he went, but he's not with us anymore. And
Okay.
We divorced and everything, and
Sure.
But it was hard to find out that someone was not what they appered to be.
Right.
It wasn't a good thing at all. So anyway, I don't want to start digging in books and and
Sure.
interneting and all that, and so I just kind of thought maybe I could call y'all and rely on y'all to kind of tell me a little something.
Well,
because I put all that stuff away from me.
Right.
I don't, I don't really want to jump into something deeper than where I feel like I need to go.
Right.
Right.
And that's probably the
Anyways,
best thing
I
you
love
can
you
do. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I think that's probably some of the best things you can do, though, is just literally shut the door on it and let it go. We were talking, Paisley and I were talking last week about forgiveness, and now, and I told Paisley, I said, you know what, forgiveness is for somebody who's going to continue having this relationship, whatever that relationship was. I don't, if you've hurt me or done me dirty, I'm just going to close that door. And so, there's no forgiveness. It's just go away. You're done in my life. And once you close that door, you don't open it. So yeah, the Googling and, maybe calling and getting it off your chest. Yeah. That might be what you need to do. But, don't dig into it again. You don't need to reopen that door.
Okay, thank you.
Ah.
Thank you. After I gave my encounter and everything, I guess some other things started coming, it's like a delayed reaction. You think about, well, what was this and what was that? And like I said, there's this part of me that's saying, you really did see that.
Yeah.
And you're okay now. You're wonderful.
Right.
Thank the Lord that I am.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I just didn't know. Maybe it's supposed to remain nameless.
Well, yeah, and you definitely don't want to start calling names, especially when it comes to dark things, because there's a belief that if you name something, it calls it to you. So definitely don't put that out there, but just leave it in the past. Like Don was saying, that's good advice. The more energy you give it, the more it becomes drawn to you. So leave it in the past. That's your old pain, and
Yes.
it wasn't yours anyway. It was his. It sounds like so, and you conquered it. So that's a triumph.
Okay, thank you. I had help, too.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay.
All right, well, I appreciate it.
Okay, well, we love you bunches. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, bye.
Good night. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Those are powerful manifestations, though. I mean, I can imagine. I mean, never really, and I'm going to reiterate, I've never really, to my knowledge, had anything like that. Once again, Brent will refer to a couple instances here in the studio, but something like that would just, I'd be twisted over it.
I think we all would, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think you ever get to the point where you're willing to look at something like that.
I know.
It's like, nope.
So.
Nope. Yeah, nope the hell out of that one, that's for sure. That's creepy. But yeah, I think that's as long as it's in the past, that's a good place for it. That's a good place for it to remain.
Right.
But that is curious. It's hard to know. I the thing that's always amazes me about this stuff is that how much we don't know.
Right.
We're very proud. We're a very proud race of beings. Us human beings are. We're very proud, and we should be. We've done some amazing things. Don't get me wrong, but I think we're nowhere near cracking the mystery that is
God, yeah.
is reality. We're nowhere near that. And I think, if anything, these things remind us how much we have yet to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing, because the minute that we rest on our laurels is the minute we stop going forward.
Right.
And some people may scoff at looking into the paranormal. It's like, well, what are you wasting your time with that silly fluff? You could be doing something more important. Well, what if this is some of the most important stuff going on in our universe right now? What if this is demonstrating an incredible possibility that we could learn and understand and utilize to make ourselves better? We're talking about things manifesting and demanifesting, whether, however, through dimensions, through vibration, whatever. Something is visiting this world. Something is, leaving this world as we know it. Things like ports and deports. There are allegedly beings coming and going. Where are they going from? Where are they coming from? Where are they going to? Communication with the deceased. It happens. Right. How incredibly powerful is that? Because it speaks to the continuation of life. I mean, all of these things are examples of something absolutely amazing going on. And many absolutely amazing things going on. So, I mean, to me, this is some of the most profound stuff in our modern age. And it's timeless in that regard. But that's me. I don't expect everybody to share my enthusiasm, but then at the same time, don't dismiss it either. Because it is or maybe some of the most important stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just don't know. Anyway, I'll get off of that soapbox. But very cool, very cool. And thank you so much, Kathy, for calling in. That is, I really appreciate that, because that's some pretty amazing stuff, but it's also pretty painful stuff. And to call and talk about it is so profound. So thank you for that trust. We are absolutely honored by that, and I hope that call helped in some way.
Absolutely.
We do our best. We don't pretend to know a whole lot, but we'll let you know what we think. Speaking of tiny people. Oh, here's another one coming from that same site.
Is Black Tree here? Tiny people?
Ooh, no, I haven't seen her.
Well, she is here, but
she is. Oh, there she is. She says, "I love dot 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 dot,"
and that just went away.
What does she love?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. We don't know what you love, Julia, but we're glad you're here. I hope you love the Paranormal Portal. So let's go to the next one here. And this is a mysterious tiny man hiding behind a stone was filmed in Canada.
Ooh.
Canada, ladies and gentlemen. And this is dated June 3rd, 2020 from Animalian or Animalian.com. It says this strange video was posted on the internet about a month ago, but for some reason did not become widely known. According to the man who posted this video, the mysterious incident was filmed by his relatives who live in Saskatchewan, Canada. In the video, you can hear two people talking in the dark. One of them shines a flashlight in the direction of a large stone, and there a little man protrudes twice in a red cap and red jacket.
Ooh.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ooh, stabby.
Yeah, the creature looked like a little dwarf or gnome. The internet user who posted the video says that he himself believes in the existence of these little men because there are a lot of Native American stories about them, and in these places, many residents also believe in them. Again, it's another Russian link to their paranormal news site on YouTube. But I said, I think this video is completely real because my relatives shot it, but they didn't care about uploading this video to the internet and promoting it. For many years, I heard stories about these creatures when I lived in this area. Wrote the author of the video. What kind of creature it was is unclear. Eyewitnesses, after some time, decided to see who was hiding behind a stone, but there was no one there. Let me look at this. I'm just going to look at it quickly and just see what we're looking at here.
I just posted the link.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I don't see a red cap and a red jacket.
I don't know. I'm hoping there's a still. Oh, there! Look at that little guy peeking out. Oh, that's cool. Look at that little booger.
The little guy, look at him. He's
Look
so
at that
shy,
little
hiding
booger.
behind that rock.
Look at that little booger.
It's like shaking a booger off a basketball.
Oh, that's
I
weird.
don't see a red cap.
I see red, both. Yeah, that was red. I'm telling you. Let me just pause it right there. I'll drag it over here, and we'll put it on the big screen for review. Let's close this. Let me back up just a hair. I'm going back a little bit here, and I think, where the hell is it? Where's that little guy?
Oh, little dude, come back.
Okay, there he is. Okay. It's off camera there. Okay, so let me just play it from here. All right, putting it on screen. And the area you're going to look at is right over here next to this boulder, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of those potato camera. These videos are, it's obviously very low resolution. But let's take a look at it here. Play. Look at that. Look at that little guy's red. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Look at that.
There's reports, and this is where
Let's
is
look
he?
at that again.
Up in Alaska, of red-skinned gnomes that are not red-skinned gnomes, goblins, little goblins,
Look at that guy.
and they're only like 2 or 3 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
So, not knowing where this is from, but it was supposedly the story is written in English, so it's got to be American in some way.
Right.
Or a Western country.
I'm going back frame by frame
Oh, there
here.
you go.
So red skinned, huh?
Yeah, it's red-skinned gnomes, or goblins. Gosh, why can't I get that right?
Oh, goblins. In Alaska.
Yeah, up there. So, maybe we've got some down here. Who knows? In the continental 48.
I wonder if the red skin thing is just about the people mistaking their clothes as skin.
Well, it might.
And then therefore, people don't really understand. I'm just going back frame by frame here to look at this because I assume it's going to pop up here any second. Going slow-mo, ladies and gentlemen, frame by frame. Thanks to Daniela Aiello for letting me know how to do this. Again, if you're ever in a YouTube video and you want to see frame by frame, you use the period to go forward at 1 frame at a time, or the comma button on your keyboard to go back 1 frame at a time. Thank you again, Daniela, for that great information, because there he comes. Look at now it's still, even though, it could just be a foot with a sock on it for all we know. Really, for as much as you can see.
Yeah.
What in the hell? It's okay. Let me just go forward from there.
Yeah, that's. Oh.
I almost had it there. You look at that. There is kind of a cone hat there, though.
Yeah.
But it is about the size of a foot, right? Or maybe a puppet.
Well,
Could it be a little puppet? I don't know.
Forced perception.
Perspective. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's very interesting. And then we'll go back one more time and look at it one more time again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to exploit these people's work, but we are talking about it.
It does look like a little baby walking around with a little, cap on. Now that that
Sure.
right there, that part.
Yeah. Because you can see the cap actually fly off a little bit as it's dragging itself back in here.
Right.
Watch it kind of shoot out here, there.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of pulling back like it's a saggy.
It's like a big nipple on its head.
Okay.
A baby bottle nipple.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, that's not the first thing I think of when I hear nipple, Don, just for the record.
Amanda?
I just want
Amanda is there? Amanda there?
Yeah. So that's very interesting. I don't know. It's obviously the quality is really poor, but it is something, right?
Now, so a potato camera, is that one that doesn't work so well that you throw it at him eventually?
I don't
You're
know.
like, God dang it.
Well, they're just the optics are so poor that you really can't make out much of anything other than there's something there. It does look like a little humanoid, but it could be a million other things too. It looks like a humanoid to me because they've just told me that it was a humanoid in the article. But if I had never seen that before, I wouldn't necessarily know that I would jump to a little humanoid. And that's
maybe,
the thing.
Maybe the foot of a little humanoid.
Yeah, or a foot of a big humanoid. I don't know, but it is strange.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, those are weird, ladies and gentlemen. Those are weird. But I don't know. You guys will have to, I'm not telling you to believe any of this is paranormal or, tell you to believe or disbelieve. Come to your own conclusions, because all I can tell you is that this is what I found for you guys to review. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I have no horse in the race, so to speak. This isn't my video. It wasn't my experience, but this is a paranormal show. We talk about paranormal stuff. I'm showing you a paranormal clip, and you be the judge, because it could have been anything. But could it be a little humanoid? Yeah, it could. But it could be a lot of other things too. So I don't ever want you to leave this show thinking I'm trying to push a bunch of fuzzy videos at you and call it proof, because that's not what I'm doing here. But just throwing it out there. Weird stuff for sure. All right, let's go. Continue on here. Did you have anything you wanted to cover, Don?
Oh, you're doing great.
Well, I appreciate that, and as much as I do. Oh, here we go. This is a really cool site. I like this site because they have so many varied articles here. I just stumbled onto it the other day. Man films haunted dolls moving on their own. Now, these are tough, and the reason why haunted doll videos are tough is because they are extraordinarily easy to fake.
Right. As a matter of fact, you bring that up real quick. The other day I saw this video of a baby. It was probably a nanny cam, in the baby's room. Mm-hmm. And it was filming the baby through the slots in the crib, right?
Okay.
And the baby's eyes are open. You can see the baby's awake.
Okay.
And he's kind of laying on his side, and you can see one arm here. And then behind him is a bear, a teddy bear.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, the teddy bear kind of just, kind of like sits up, and you can clearly see it move.
Ooh.
But the problem is the baby's laying on his side. The baby's arm could be like over here and pushed it.
Right.
I mean, they don't really, he was asleep. Well, he was probably tired and laying down and trying to rest and all that.
Right.
And he moved his arm, and it moved the doll. So I'm not convinced.
Oh.
So dolls moving in presence of living beings, nah.
Well, especially a baby that's not in any kind of control of what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You watch a baby and they're like, they got stuff going on everywhere. They don't know what the hell's going on.
They're just happy they're there. Hi, how are you?
They got limbs and fingers whipping. They're just happy to be moving. So, which is cool. I guess I wish I took that much pleasure in moving myself, but I'd probably look a hell of a lot better if I did. But it's like, with a baby moving, you're right. That would be so easily just something the baby's tugging on.
Right,
a blanket
exactly.
that's wrapped around that.
Yeah.
Or
it could have
something.
moved it. Yeah, it could have moved a foot. It could have been sitting on top, and it moved itself.
Right. But it would be creepy. I would be definitely concerned if that was my baby, and I saw a little doll sit next to him.
Right. Yeah, you'd want to investigate.
Yeah, I'd be removing dolls from the crib in a hurry. Me personally.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Because you don't know what the hell that doll is. I do believe there are haunted dolls.
Well,
ladies
this
and
one's
gentlemen.
getting burned.
Yeah.
Hey, let's have a bonfire.
Yeah. Let's have a dolly roast. But it's something that I do believe happens. I do believe people have haunted dolls. I do believe that dolls can be haunted by spirits. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily bad spirits, but spirits. They can be haunted by bad spirits too. But I think that they can just be vessels as they were originally intended to be.
Hey, can I just bring up, we finally got a thumbs down. It took an hour and 15 minutes. We finally got one thumbs down.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, at least we made it a long time before we got that thumbs down. Maybe our thumbs downer was late.
Yeah, they're mad. Oh, they've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. I'll give them a thumbs down.
Damn it. I was at the store. I didn't have a chance to get here and thumbs down this.
They suck because they didn't wait for me.
Yeah, I know. Well, we got a schedule to keep after all.
Yeah, schedule.
You'll have to
catch
up.
It is Wednesday after all.
You can always thumb down the replay if you want to. You don't have to do it on the live show. I just think it's funny that somebody continually comes and shows up to give
thumbs down.
It's like,
congratulations.
I'm going to give them a quick view and then I'm going to thumbs down it.
Up.
Yeah. Oh, funny people.
So anyhow, back to the dolls.
Well, this is about apparently a man filming them moving on his own. Did you see the movie? Or did you see Annabelle, a horror movie featuring a scary possessed doll? Well, while we're definitely scared to watch the movie or on our TV screen, one man gets scared to watch haunted dolls moving in his own house. Well, then why the hell does he have them? Why do you have haunted dolls if you get scared of them? And no, this isn't a low-budget horror movie. It's actually happening to him in real life. According to Unilad, a man from Ohio claims that his wife's porcelain dolls are moving in a glass cabinet on their own. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of got a video to prove it. What does that mean, kind of? How do you kind of have a video? I'm still a little shook. I went to my bedroom, was looking at the door, waiting for that, let's just say profanity word to bust through it. This is the second time this has happened now. Last time was just a doll that moved, the doll that moved, and now a completely different doll is moving and the clothes just fall off the couch. It only happens when I'm here by myself, Chad Gassert was quoted by Unilad. As seen in the video, the dolls moving two different directions, one doll positioned next to two others, and suddenly leans against the glass. Then the smaller one in a blue dress drops its head towards the left. The man claims his first paranormal experience with the dolls happened in January when one of them shifted position from across the room. The footage showed on social media is of the second occurrence. After Chad posted the footage online, naturally people could witness the paranormal happening, as some of them even claimed to see a pair of eyes behind the dolls just before they moved, and a couple also said they saw the doll sit straight back up. The video has now become the topic of discussion on social media. Here, let me get that link, because this is a whole different deal. Oh, no. It didn't come up. Oh, there it is. Spooky dolls move on their own. Okay. This is still muted. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to click the share button, copy this, and put it in our chat. I'm not going to show this video as well because I don't want a whole bunch of video links giving us hell here.
Well, tonight's the night. I mean, it's only one show.
I know. Oh, well, that is a pretty significant shift. Huh.
Is this still on that Alien and all?
Look at it. No, this is a different one. It's from... It's coming from Dogtooth Media.
Oh,
is the name of the site, and it's the video is a total of 1 minute 11 seconds long. Yeah, that is kind of creepy. I don't know why did they choose that display. They got just these dolls packed in the bottom.
Maybe that's the problem. They're in there like sardines.
Maybe they're pissed. They're like stacked in there like that. Oh, that is creepy though. Again. This kind of stuff could be faked, but I don't know. It could be real too. There's nothing really over the top happening unless dolls moving by their own is over the top.
Check for mouse poop.
Oh, no, that stuff fell. It was kind of convenient pan though. How was he absolutely just looking that direction when those clothes fell? Check for mouse poop. Don't you think you'd see a mouse?
Well, no, not necessarily.
Oh,
they might have.
Now look here's the interesting part. I'm not going to show this on the channel, but check out the video. He just happens to be kind of panned over, like he's almost expecting it. It's not like he was totally focused on the couch. See, he's kind of panned over, and then whoa, yeah, I don't buy this one, ladies and gentlemen. He's filming also the movement of some clothes or something on the couch, which is quite a distance away from the cabinet. But if you look at his camera motion, he already starts to pan the direction of...
Gonna do it.
Yeah, he already pans the direction of that and then kind of stops and then goes a little bit back towards the cabinet and then turns his camera just in time to catch all of it fall. I don't buy that. I'm not listening to the sound, so maybe there was a sound that preceded it. But... it's really suspicious to me. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe he's hearing sounds that's causing his camera motion to go back and forth. But anyway, check out that video that I just posted in there. It's only a minute long. And make sure you don't leave us after that. Come back if you look at it now. but it is interesting. But yeah, his foreshadowing movement to me is really suspicious.
Suspicious, yeah.
Yeah, very suspicious stuff. But we'll put it out there. That's Haunted Dolls. Excuse me. Coca-Cola. I haven't had one of those for weeks.
It adds life.
Huh? It's yeah, I guess so. Hope so. I could use a little bit of that right now. But anyway, that's a whole collection of different. God, it's already almost 8:25.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, we got another thumbs down.
We did. Someone else just swung by, or maybe they have more than one account. It's like, okay, I got one. I got to log over into the other account and give them another one.
Me. I got it. Yeah, exactly. They mentioned me. I got to get the other one in there. Hold on.
It's a drive-by thumbing. That's how
I'll tell you where to put that thumb.
Yeah, I got some ideas for you.
Hey, Peter Piper.
Wasn't it? Who's that guy that had this thumb in the pie?
Yeah, that's where I was going. Little Boy Blue.
Little.
Well, this guy's
Jack
a
Horner.
Little boy. Oh, Jack Horner sat in the corner and
Yeah.
eating his pudding pie.
Yeah, I don't know. Something. I've forgotten all those, ladies and gentlemen.
I prefer Little Boy Blue for these two.
Yeah, well, it's strange. I guess if you got nothing better to do, why not just give us a quick thumbs down, ladies and gentlemen?
Just give us a drive-by.
Hey, it's an interaction. I'll take it.
Exactly, yeah.
You're making us feel
I wonder
special.
if they know that it's just a number. It doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, thumbs down is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means there's interaction, and in fact, it probably makes it more realistic because not everybody's going to love every show.
Why not?
Oh, dude, we had the crappiest review
Oh, what?
on somebody on our iTunes.
Oh,
We got 4.7 is our average star rating.
cool.
But there's this one guy gave us 1 star, and I'm gonna read it because the guy's such a douche.
Make him famous.
Yeah, we'll make him famous. He's such a dick. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh, you dick!" But then I looked up his name, and he's actually looks like he has his own network.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe he's jealous. Maybe we need to
Exactly.
approach him and say, "Hey, we don't want to do yours."
yeah. Well, yeah. He's It wasn't about the content though. It was just about me.
A personal attack.
It was a personal attack.
Oh,
yeah.
those are the best.
It was titled Laughable. It's 1-star rating. It says, if the intro music wasn't bad enough, the host is worse. Like sandpaper on the ears.
Wow. Wow.
What a dick.
Was that the first one there?
Yeah, it's the first one. So, I mean, it was left in May 29th. So it's the end of May.
Just a couple weeks ago.
The guy's name is Mickey Freedom. Well, I looked up Mickey Freedom, and Mickey Freedom is a host of his own show, and I believe has a network as well. So he's trying to pull us down for some reason. Whatever.
Oh, gotta love the haters.
I mean, people are welcome to their opinion. I don't
True.
pretend that everybody's going to love the show or love me personally. I mean, I don't love everybody's show that I see. I don't like listening to some people. I don't know why some people even have shows, to be honest with you. I just don't know what the attraction is. But I don't think I would ever leave such a crappy review for anybody because, if somebody's doing it.
How do you spell that first part?
Well,
M-I...
M-I-K-E-Y.
Is it really?
M-I-K-E-Y, yeah. Mikey Freedom, maybe. It's either Mickey or Mikey or, yeah. And I found one that's M-I-K-E-E. Yeah. So, whatever. If it's the same guy, I think it is, though. Because, I mean, it's such a pointlessly rude review, And it's not that, I need everybody to think kindly of me, but there was nothing constructive about it. It's all, I can only sound like me.
Maybe he was talking about me.
No, I don't think so.
It's like,
I don't think so. Actually, you haven't been on as many podcasts as
That's true.
It's mostly me.
Yeah.
Let's see. But anyway, thought that was funny. I wanted to give him his 5 minutes of fame,
There you go.
being a dick on
Time's
our show.
up.
Yep. I kind of caught that.
I caught what?
A little bit of something.
No. I got nothing to say.
Something effy hit me in the ear. All right. So anyway, what do you got, Don?
Oh, well, I got a bottle in my hand.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a front.
Weren't you going to talk about goat squatch?
You know Goatman.
Goatman.
Yeah,
Goatman.
Missouri Goatman. You know, yeah, we were talking to our friend Lisa Martin.
Yes.
Earlier today, and she brought up the Goatman. So I found a couple. I haven't really read through them, so I don't know how if they're related or if they're the same one, just regurgitated garbage. But let's read this one because it's here. So it says the Goatman went viral Southern folk character for decades. Hold on, goat drawn wagon, Iowa. Is this about Goatman or is this about a guy who has... Yep, never mind. He's got goats that pull his wagon. Not the Goatman I was going for. Okay, so the Goatman's grave of Rolla, Missouri. This is from American Ghost Stories.
Wow.
Between Rolla and St. James is Pine Hill Cemetery, home to the legend of the Goatman. This area is also known as Spook Hollow by the residents of St. James. Most visitors to the cemetery after dark have reported seeing phantom cars that fly down the road, then disappear. Oh, those are MIBs. Photos taken, that was my opinion, by the way. Photos taken in the area won't develop and flashlights stop working altogether. Down the other side of the road lies the remains of an old bus. Red glowing eyes have been seen from the bus, although it's believed it's light refraction from the broken glass. The bus apparently at one time was the home of a vagrant psychopath. Many visitors describe feelings of being watched and uneasiness around the bus area. Could a spirit be watching from the bus, or is it light refraction? No one knows for sure. Other phenomena include strange footprints of the Goatman. They're supposedly larger than a bear's and don't resemble anything human. Oh. These footprints have been seen all over the cemetery. Legend has it that the Goatman was born to a witch who practiced Satanism, which is supposedly buried in the cemetery as well. Strange, inhuman voices have been heard as well. People who don't respect the cemetery have been known to leave the cemetery with burn marks on their clothes and scratch marks on their arms and legs. There's also a local man who takes it upon himself to scare away trespassers. Many attribute the phantom car to him. He is considered dangerous and not to be messed with. Maybe he's protecting the secrets of the Goatman's grave. And scroll. That was the end of it. So that doesn't sound like the Goatman that I expected.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was good. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Okay, well, this has got a picture of a goat-headed man. It looks more like a satyr.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, because he's got the hooves here and the knees and the ankles that twist backwards. Mm-hmm. So let's get into this one. This one sounds a little more. Okay, so this one is called The Search for Phelps County's Goatman. Yeah, this one's already sounded better. Mm-hmm. All right, get out of there. All right, it says, this time of year always reminds me. Okay, what time of the year is it? It must be, October 31st of 19, so just a couple months ago. This time of year always reminds me, the insider of spooky nights he spent as a kid. Okay, whatever. Halloween inevitably evokes a sense of nostalgia for weird lights and unexplained noises out in the dark for preteens, teenagers, and adults alike. On one cold, spooky night when the insider... It's capitalized, so this must be the person who wrote it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
One cold, spooky night when the insider was about 19 or so, he and his girlfriend got into a car with the insider's best friend, Bob, and his girlfriend. So it's a double date. Goatman. Oh, our destination. Well, what else on Halloween weekend? We are going in search of the Goatman and then confront him.
Ooh.
Goatman is still a legend in these parts, and the insider and his buddy had heard about him for years. We delighted in running the roads while embellishing what we had heard about Goatman for our girls. Besides, it was cheaper than a movie and Maid Rights. I don't know what Maid Rights are.
Maid Rights. Oh, they're a loose meat sandwich. They're really good.
Oh, loose meat sandwiches.
My dad loved those.
Okay.
My dad loved Maid Rights.
Yeah, with lots of ketchup, I assume, to keep it all glued together so you could eat it.
Can't hurt.
Well, maybe some barbecue sauce. Like the name suggests, Goatman, a frightening half man, half goat vision, could only be seen at night, and as a matter of fact, Bob added, could only be seen one time by a person because you never survived the encounter.
Oh.
How this particular aspect of the tale might have actually put an end to the legend of Goatman was lost on us. So, okay. Yeah, how would you hear about it if everybody who
That's
sees
true.
it dies?
Good point.
As the legend goes, Goatman presided mostly over cemeteries. In his presence, persons had somehow survived to report seeing the phantom cars, which would come roaring down the road and then disappear into thin air. Okay, this is relating back to the last one. We didn't know why this phenomena correlated with the Goatman encounters, but it was just the way things were. Bob demonstrated for the insider and our two screaming girls what this would be like for us on Highway 63 by driving for a distance with our lights off in the dark. We flew down the highway at Bob's usual extreme velocity with no lights on, wishing some other cars would see us, or when we finally turned the headlights back on, it would reveal a hairy dude with arms and a stupid look on his face in our path.
Ooh.
Bob's girlfriend was more
Stupid
methodical.
look.
Yeah, obviously. Bob's girlfriend was more methodical about things. She had prepared for the outing by bringing her Polaroid. She was planning to snap a picture of the Goatman. But no, Bob said, because Bob and the insider had heard rumors of a dead man with a similar Polaroid with nothing but blurry pictures on his film. Worse, the man's flashlight had tumbled from his hand and rolled into a ditch, not shining on any Goatman at all, but instead his cold, dead face.
Oh.
That's what happened to people who tried to see the Goatman, the insider warned. What happened to people with cameras was even worse. Bob eventually navigated down to the cemetery in Newburgh. The girls admired Bob's best impersonation of a G-man. As they flew around the old roads in the middle of the night, and since the Polaroid was useless for capturing Goatman, Bob's girl captured a few pics of delighted teens in search of adventure in an old blue Monte Carlo. It was Bob's way. It was the insider's way. There was no Goatman at all. Many years later, the insider was surfing the internet and found a few items on unexplained scary legends. And he came across a section under our own Phelps County Goatman. Come to find out, we were looking at the wrong cemetery. Yep, that explained our failure that night. You see, apparently, while the Goatman does indeed reside in Phelps County, he haunts the Pine Hill Cemetery, located between Rolla and St. James. Pine Hill Cemetery is also known as Spook Hollow, so there you go. Better still, late-night visitors not only see phantom cars disappear, but inside the remains of an old bus, red glowing eyes have been seen, reported peering out. So there you go. Yeah, so it was related to that other one.
So it's kind of important, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to investigate a cryptid, make sure you're in the right place.
Yeah, make sure you're going to the right spot.
I did want to touch on this. It's not really paranormal, but it was a cool thing. So a long time ago, I think it was in the 80s, Forrest Fenn, I think his name's Forrest Fenn, he was an author and art critic or whatever. Right. He hid a treasure in the Rocky Mountains that was worth more than $1 million at the time, filled with gold and jewels and all kinds of things, a treasure chest. And the only clues to it, you can look up Fenn's treasure, was this little poem that gave hints, and it was known that this would be hidden in the Rocky Mountain range, which could be anywhere from Arizona all the way up to into Canada.
Yeah.
So that was the only clues, along with a poem that would tell of some landmarks in very obscure ways,
Right.
Where this treasure was located. And so it's claimed lives. This treasure hunt has claimed lives. Many people have gone out looking for it. Many people have made it their passion, their drive, this whole. I remember Josh Gates did a show on it, on Expedition Unknown or whatever,
right.
and he talked about Forrest Fenn's treasure, and it was really cool. And who wouldn't love that attraction? to go out and try to find this over $1 million treasure. And this whole family of people was doing it, and several other groups he teamed up with throughout the course of his episode. But it was really cool, and it hooked me in, hook, line, and sinker. If you haven't seen it, look up that episode because it was really cool. But the treasure's been found, ladies and gentlemen. Forrest Fenn's treasure has been found, and I'm going to read this. The article I'm going to read you is from unexplained-mysteries.com. And it has to do with Forrest Fenn's treasure. It says, Fenn's treasure has been found at long last. Hidden somewhere in the Rocky Mountains, the mysterious treasure has claimed many lives. Consisting of a bronze chest filled with gold nuggets, rare coins, and jewelry, this real-life treasure trove was allegedly hidden at a secret location by art dealer Forrest Fenn, a former United States Air Force pilot who recovered from a terminal cancer diagnosis after later in life. Fenn published a book, The Thrill of the Chase, a memoir, which contained a set of clues allegedly pointing to the treasure's location in the mountains somewhere north of Santa Fe. As time went on and word of the treasure got around, many set out to find it, but fewer came back alive. Their lives claimed by a combination of the treacherous terrain and the remoteness of the area. In the most recent victim was 52-year-old Paris Wallace, a pastor from Colorado who sparked a major search and rescue operation after he disappeared during an ill-fated hunt for the treasure. It took multiple helicopters, dog teams, and police officers to eventually locate his remains. Now, though against all odds, Fenn himself has announced that the treasure has been found. The victor was a man from back east, he claims. It was under a canopy of stars in the lush forested vegetation of the Rocky Mountains, and it had not moved from the spot where I hid it more than 10 years ago, he said. The man who found it reportedly did not want his identity revealed, but had proved to Fenn that he had indeed claimed the prize by sending him a photograph of the treasure. I don't know. I feel halfway kind of glad, halfway kind of sad because the chase is over, said Fenn. Whether he will ever reveal exactly what the treasure contained, however, remains unclear. So it's kind of neat. It was a modern-day treasure hunt, and I think, God, if I was ever a person of means, I would do that. Because here's the thing, and this is what everybody was talking about on the Josh Gates episode, and it's true. People were back into the world with this search, this hunt, and it brought adventure back to so many.
Yes.
These people were just consumed by finding this treasure and finding
childlike wonder.
Yeah, finding that wonder, that amazing wonder that of discovering a treasure. I mean, it's like every little boy's dream, every person's dream, I think. But to come across the treasure chest. And somebody did find it. So I think it's really cool that they found it, but I agree. What a sad thing it is, because when it was out there, when it was out there, when it was undiscovered, it was larger than life.
Yes.
And it kind of makes you wonder, I always say that the paranormal is one of the great remaining mysteries of our world. In all of the forms that it becomes. And will it be a sad day when science finally, can explain
Can crack it,
what that is? Right. Will that be that same disappointing feeling like, hey, it's good to know, but damn, it was fun to have that magic, And so, I don't know. I don't know if ever our sciences will they ever crack these codes? I don't know. I kind of hope so, and I kind of hope not. It's like Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. I kind of hope that there's proof, and then again, I kind of don't, because we have a tendency to destroy what we love. We destroy what we touch. We will forever change this creature's existence, right, and possibly wipe them out just by becoming aware that they're there. Right now, they're something that exists in the shadows. It's just a mystery. It's a rumor with some very passionate followers, some very passionate people pursuing it. Mm-hmm. But when people finally figure it out, when it's finally cracked, when the shroud is lifted, will that then die? Will it then fade away? Will we somehow forever change the ability of this being to remain elusive and remain hidden. It's like pandas. There's pandas. We didn't know there was pandas. There was a mystery of pandas. There was a legend of pandas, and then they discovered pandas, and now there's pandas in zoos. And it's almost tragic. I mean, it's beautiful. They're adorable things and beautiful little animals, but were they more powerful as a spirit, as this cryptid out there in the woods? And once they're in cages, have they lost that magic? I don't know.
It's like look at it this way though. Orcas in captivity, dolphins in captivity. You can tell when they're depressed because their fin falls over and they're in distress. That's one of the first things you should really notice about them is, so we've seen how animals in captivity aren't flourishing. And so
Sure.
if we had one of these creatures or one of these peoples or whatever that is, we destroy it. You're absolutely correct. We just destroy it. Just
Right.
And how many? There haven't been a whole lot of panda bears bred in captivity.
No, not very many. I mean, they just don't seem to do real well.
They don't do well.
And so again, I have this is kind of my treasure. The paranormal is kind of my treasure.
Sure.
And that's how I'm going to make it part of the show, is because I wanted to talk about Forrest Fenn's treasure because I think it's kind of cool, but I have to agree, it is kind of sad that it's found. It's kind of sad that it's now over. And all of these people that had found meaning and excitement in that pursuit, what now? And so you got to wonder what happens when we crack those mysteries.
Right.
And do we then destroy its mystical ability and its power? And I don't know. I guess it's hard to know, but I do want the answer to these mysteries, but at the same time, I want them to remain mysterious.
Yeah. leave the cryptic answers and let us ponder over those as well.
I mean, I like the idea that, to know that these things exist, but I already do. I mean, I already do know it, so right. I don't know that its discovery would change a bunch for me. The only thing is I fear that it will change everything for them.
Right.
For these beings that exist in our absence. When we know that they're there, and when we figure out how to find them, then they can't hide anymore.
Right.
And will that just decimate them? I don't know. It's probably a somber note to get towards the end of the show with, but I don't know. It's just something that occurred to me. It's like, wow, this is my mystery. This is my treasure that I'm looking for. Let's see what else we can get into here quickly. Giant radio telescope sets date for ET hunt. This is from China, apparently. Yes, China's getting into the SETI game, I guess. China has announced when its 500-meter fast telescope will begin searching for intelligent alien life. Now, that's interesting because they are saying in China that they are looking for intelligent alien life. Now, the curious thing, Don, is didn't China say they're already here?
Yeah, like 60 years ago.
60 years ago.
Yeah,
so
they're living in Red China.
So what are they doing looking for with
the
a radio telescope?
Well, why did they go to Mars?
I don't know. Well,
it's all cover up.
What do you think they went to Mars for?
Who says they actually went to Mars, though?
Well, that's just it. I didn't know they had. China went to Mars?
Yeah, China's got a
rover, too?
Yeah, a rover on Mars.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I got you.
I thought you knew that.
I don't know a lot of things.
But I mean, it's the space race kind of thing. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, here's what it says. It says situated in southwest China's Guizhou, I don't know if that's Guizhou province, the 500-meter wide aperture spherical telescope, FAST. I don't know where the F part comes from, but the AST I get. Cost $180 million to build and is around the size of 30 football pitches. The enormous telescope is almost twice as large as previous record holder, Puerto Rico's Arecibo Observatory, and is 10 times more sensitive than Germany's Effelsberg telescope. Its scientific goals will include studying pulsars, good, detecting interstellar molecules, conducting a large-scale neutral hydrogen survey, and looking for evidence of extraterrestrial communications. I do find it nice that they're at least on the surface about that. Like you can hardly get our scientific community to acknowledge there could be anything out there. It's like hard to do, but these guys are at least on paper saying, yeah, this is one of the things we're going to do with this.
Right.
So I do kind of applaud that. But it says, given that FAST is already tipped to be 3 times as sensitive as the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, it should be very interesting indeed to see what, if anything, it manages to pick up. Now, according to state media outlets Science and Technology Daily, China's hunts for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence is set to begin this September. Chief scientist Zhang, whatever his last name is, has, I don't know, how do you say that, Tongji, has stated that there are some interesting narrowband candidate ET signals. However, he has also stressed that it's unlikely that any of them are alien in origin. That said, if there are any signals out there, FAST will certainly be within a chance of picking them up. Well, there you go. China's looking for ETs too. So I guess, as far as I'm concerned, the more the merrier. If somebody proves something, that's great.
Doubt.
I don't think it's got to be us. Like, it's got to be America. Everyone else sucks. I'm not like that. I think to find that evidence, I think would be awesome, because I think that there's ample evidence they've already been here and are visiting here. So to find their communications, I think is also exciting to see where they come from and what they might be up to. Looking through these quick, because we're down to about the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
God, it went fast.
It does, yeah.
Wow, this one's kind of interesting.
It went fast in the still of the night.
In the still of the night. So we often use the Poltergeist thing on the intro back from our hour break on the network shows. And this is from June 5th, 2020. Poltergeist movie curse endures 38 years on.
Wow.
Did that come out 38 years ago, Don?
Apparently so.
God, I'm old. Oh, my God.
Gosh, you're old. My God.
On June 4th, 1982, this chilling cult classic horror movie debuted to cinema audiences for the first time. Mm-hmm. Directed by Tobe Hooper and produced by Steven Spielberg, the original Poltergeist told the terrifying tale of a family who became besieged by a malicious haunting that culminated in their youngest daughter being pulled through a portal to the other side. Mm-hmm. Some of the stories that arose following the film's release, however, would end up becoming almost as famous as the film itself. Many of them, including the rumor that the crew used real skeletons instead of fake ones to save money, turned out to be completely true. What? They actually did, huh? Wow, that's creepy. Most chilling of all, however, was the amount of misfortune that befell the cast and crew in the years during and following the filming of the movie and its 2 sequels. Just after the movie was released in 1982, the actress who played the older sister Dana, Dominique Dunn, was murdered by her abusive ex-boyfriend, John Sweeney.
That's right.
Then, around 7 months before the release of the second movie in the series, the actor who played the evil spirit Kane, Julian Beck, succumbed to stomach cancer. Oh, I didn't know that. He looked creepy as hell in that movie, though. Mm-hmm. The actor who played Taylor, Will Sampson, died 1 year later following a heart-lung transplant. Well, that was pretty...
Well, that's not very creepy.
Yeah, that's not really paranormal.
I mean,
that's a tough surgery anywhere.
Well, 3 at once.
Yeah, and it was back in the 80s, for God's sake. The most tragic death of all relating to the series, however, was that of its young protagonist, Heather O'Rourke, who died unexpectedly of septic shock following the release of the third film. Whether or not you believe that these events were the result of a curse, there is no denying the impact that they had on the film's reputation over the years. Whether or not potential future installments will suffer a similar fate, however, remains to be seen. Now, that is a real common thing, and I will say this. Here's the thing. I do believe that when you are focusing something, creating something from a topic of paranormal, I think it does create a magnetism. Mm-hmm. I think it does create a resonance, and I think that things are drawn to that. I really do. I really, really do. I know we've had a lot of weirdness here in the studio, and I can't say for sure it's paranormal, but I can say that I've experienced paranormal events since doing this show, quite a few. I think that something about it is involved in the making of such things. Like when you're focusing on an event, like the Amityville Horror was apparently cursed. They had so many problems, and doing the remake, they had a lot of problems as well. Now I know that that's kind of hot press. That's maybe even a little sexy to talk about. Like, yeah, it's actually cursed.
Yeah.
And maybe that gives it some kind of street cred in the paranormal world because, they were actually haunted making this. They must have hit some nerves in the spiritual world. Maybe. I don't know. But I think that putting that much energy into creating something having to do with the paranormal does create a magnetism of sorts. And that's an occult idea of magnetism. It's old. Goes way, way, way back. But I think there is credence to that. I think that it does draw things in, if you will.
Sure.
And so I think, I don't think it surprises me at all that people making these kind of movies have a lot of weird problems. Now, I don't know that anything that they described in the Poltergeist stuff makes it paranormal. I don't even know if any of it qualifies as paranormal because you had a ex-boyfriend, murderous ex-boyfriend.
Right.
You had a heart-lung transplant.
Right.
You had septic shock, which, God, any infection can turn septic. I don't know the specifics of it, and maybe it is. She was a little angel, though, that little girl. It's very, very tragic that she died so young. But, I don't know. I don't know if it qualifies as paranormal at all, but it's certainly tragic to have lost so many people attached to a project. But
it is kind of crazy. It seems coincidental.
Yeah.
To a point, but there's a lot of stuff around Heather O'Rourke's death that isn't so paranormal.
Right. So. Yeah, I know, and there's a lot of controversy around it too. But I'm not going to get into any of that. No. That's certainly not what the scope of this program is about, nor anything I want to bring to the table because it's just disturbing as hell. So anyway, I don't know. Don.
I don't either.
What do you think, brother?
I think we lost a thumbs down.
Did we really?
Yeah, we did.
Aw, thank you.
Sometimes if you heckle people just right, they'll go, well, maybe these guys aren't so bad.
Maybe they're okay. Maybe I like them after all. I don't know.
Well, boy, if they knew my name, they'd take me to town, wouldn't they? Yeah, we'd take you to town, tar and feather you, and rail you out on a rail. Bye. I've already done that in the chat room tonight. Yay! Yeah. I also know that it's Nessie Monster's husband's birthday, so happy birthday to...
Happy birthday, Mr. Nessie Monster.
Mr. Nessie Monster. Mr. and Mrs. Nessie Monster.
Well, it's not her birthday. It's his.
Well, yeah,
Mr. Nessie. Happy birthday, Mr. Nessie. Thanks for letting the missus come in and join us for every show. That's awesome. But I know that we've got to the end of the show, Don.
Oh, yeah. It's that. Well, that's what you were talking about, right?
Sure.
Well, then I guess in that case, I'm going to have to say teespring.com/stores/paranormal-portal will get you your paranormal gear.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just have a look.
Yeah.
Let's just close that first. Let's look at the fun that is waiting for you over at Teespring. And remember, there's more designs coming very, very soon to the Teespring site. But here you go. It's the Paranormal Portal Teespring store. You can get a nice shirt, another nice shirt, a sticker, a mug, hoodies, different fashion designs, and a lot of the same
styles. Yeah,
we gotta get rid of some.
Yeah,
of these.
I gotta get rid of some of those.
Yeah,
ones,
there's a lot there, but pretty nice designs. This is courtesy of our very own Mr. Longbeard. He made this design himself. Very nice job, sir.
Thank you. I really like that. I really like the map, the continent thing. That really came out really nice.
It makes us look really important.
It's like somebody professional did it.
Well, no, I mean just that we're global.
Global.
Well, at least that's not the whole globe, but it's part of it.
I couldn't get the whole globe on there. It took some work.
Could have used the UN flag.
Oh God, I'd rather stab myself in the eye with a spoon.
Well, you could go ahead and do that, but I wouldn't encourage that, Don.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
But there's these nice coffee mugs too, ladies and gentlemen, and it's helps to continue the Paranormal Portal.
That is correct.
Means a hell of a lot to us if you're able to do that. If not, no worries. There's lots of ways to support the show. This is certainly one of them.
Yes.
Stopping by the Teespring site is certainly one of the ways you can help support the show. But another way is if you just would rather just donate, go to paypal.me/paranormalportal. And that is on your screen as well. And that's over above. Well, normally, if I was doing this.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There, now it's above Don's head.
Yeah.
Donate, paypal.me/paranormal portal.
Obviously, because I'm the panhandler here.
Yeah.
Rattling.
Or
alms for the poor.
And definitely support our podcast. But just liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel helps a ton. It really means the world and helps to propagate the show and push the algorithm numbers up so we get more exposure.
That's right.
Also, the podcast is a great way to support us. If you want to check out the podcast again, iHeart, iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, Stitcher, Chatbox, Google Play, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just look for Paranormal Portal out there. And if you like the show, please stop by iTunes and give us a good review especially to nullify that dick, So
turn him into a whiskey.
Yeah, exactly. So just to bury that turd. So
nice.
So we can move on from that. But
in the last 30 seconds, we've gotten 3 thumbs up.
Thank you, guys.
I think that does very well. Thank you.
That means a lot to us. Thank you all for the help. And please spread the word. If you spread the word to people that you know that like the paranormal, that would be wonderful. Hopefully more people find us and find us entertaining. Not only find us, but find us entertaining as well.
Tonight was a good mix of that. A good laugh and some good stories. And our caller, thank you, Kathy, again for calling.
Yeah,
that's the way a show should go.
Yeah. Well, one other thing, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you watch any of the archives on YouTube and you find a funny spot, please send us an email. Let us know which episode you saw it on and about what time in the episode, because we're going to compile listener favorites reel and maybe show it on the live show, but definitely post it for other people to check out.
Can I make one request exempt? Do not ask for the black-eyed beans.
Yeah, we know that one, and we've used it.
I know exactly where it is. I don't need to know.
Yeah, so black-eyed beans is already immortalized many times.
Somebody go find the one about Bunker Road.
Nunker Road?
Nunker Road. That's
Nunker Road.
Oh, find the Nunker episodes. Those are good ones.
The Nunkers, yeah.
The Nunkers, yeah. Find the Nunker episodes.
Yeah. That's pretty funny stuff. It's back there around the same time as Black-Eyed Beans.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, it probably is. It was upstairs when we were up in the other studio.
In the other studio. So yeah, there's lots of fun moments we've had on the show, and it would be cool to put together a listener favorite reel. So if you don't mind, as you're watching those shows, you find something that really makes you laugh or you really enjoyed, please give us an episode name and a timestamp of what time during that episode, and that'd be great. We'll definitely use your contribution in our listener reel. So we'd really appreciate that. We don't have any help doing the show, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have any help. So you guys can definitely become part of the crew that way and help us with that research.
Yeah, and we'll kick you down a credit. Make sure we know your chat name.
We'll make a credit reel, a credit roll at the end of that. Special thanks to any of you listeners who have pointed out episodes that you really enjoyed. So I guess that'll be fun. Good project. And we will be back. I'll be back tomorrow night, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back the night after that, I guess. And then Don will be back with me the night after that.
That's correct.
So tune in tomorrow night for the Night Terrors, ladies and gentlemen. And I will be here to entertain you as best I can. But we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day. And remember to laugh as much as you can. And we love you guys. We love you guys a bunch. So thank you so much for being a part of our family and a part of our journey. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Naked Ghost.
What?
Okay, Gnome Squatch, send us the timestamp on that.
Oh, please.
And the name. Yeah. Naked Ghosts. I don't remember that one.
That sounds
no,
kind of
Paisley's
familiar.
not on tonight. Thank you all.
Yeah, it's just us. It's Wednesday nights, so there's no shows following us. But yeah, definitely help us out. We really appreciate that. But everybody, good night. Take care. And I'll see you tomorrow night on the Night Terrors.